Hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give me a second. Try to get this get my laptop to be the host so I can share that try to start around 8:30. I think I got 2 people join, 3, and let's see who all want to join. Let me see what-
Hey Roy, this Denise. I'll be in, but I'm gonna finish my task after the Zoom meeting.
Okay, that's you on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay, I see iPhone. I think Rosa in here also.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to really do this just get some of the file members' questions answered and see if I can help a little bit better with the file. Let's see. I can find the link. I can open it up on my laptop. Let's see. I gotta go back to the chat, find a link on my laptop. Let me resend it from my phone so it pop up. It's 8:30. I'm slipping to be on point. Okay. All right. Scroll back down. So far, I know I got Rosa and Denise. Okay. All right, Gail, Sonia, Keisha.
This meeting is being recorded.
Share screen. Okay. Let's see. People in the room. Do that. Got Veronica joining, Jeannie, Princess G, Sonya, Gail,
You're coming out on. Okay.
and then Professional. All right, I don't know if I need to turn my phone volume down.
You wanted to look at earrings? No.
All up in here. Okay, bye.
Can everybody hear me?
I like them ones too.
Let's see. Make sure I
Yeah, I go up there. See that silver one right there? Oh, they do look, you want something bigger?
No, I like those, but I see the silver ones right here. You see what the other
all right, we
ones?
can go ahead and start.
Oh, right there.
I really don't know where to start, but
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
Anybody got something they want to start with?
I can't
Hello.
see nothing.
Hi. Can I purchase some earrings? Okay.
Can everybody hear me, or do I need to change something?
No, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let me see. I gotta meet some more people.
Where Javon at? Javon in here?
I think he just joined.
Because Javon always late, saying he missed something.
I'm here.
Hey, everybody. Let's see.
You like that bracelet? The silver one. Mark the four.
Is my screen showing? Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
These come with cream.
Who want to jump out there first? Who want to ask the first question? Don't be shy.
Y'all go ahead, because y'all be in my inbox all the time. Go ahead and ask Roy now. Y'all supposed to come with these questions ready.
Yeah, let me know what file you want me to open. You know, let me know what you need to find out for yourself.
You saw that?
I ain't got my notes with me. This shit look just like my
People said they're still in the waiting room waiting to get in.
Let's see. I got two more. Coco, Benjamin, another iPhone user.
Right here.
That person ain't got the files. Take them out.
Which person?
Oh, this row. No, go up. Go up. No, up. Yes. See?
Who giving directions?
And let me see this one. And that one.
This?
Ain't nobody got no question?
All right, we up to about 20 participants. Anybody want to ask a question? First person. Keep in mind, everybody can't talk at the same time, so just let me.
Somebody said unmute them. Princess?
Yeah, I didn't mute anybody, so everybody
She
should
might have to
be
unmute herself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's your what's your ID? Have an ID down? He's got no ID down. What about on the foot? Nothing.
Not on the
What?
You're right.
Let's see. Anybody else? need to
saying
be
the
added?
host has to unmute me. I have to go back. I know.
Only thing I see is the option to mute all.
Well, try
Can you-
muting all and then unmute all.
Can you mute me?
Okay, new current and new participants.
So if they copy and paste the link and put it in their Safari and their internet search and paste it there, it'll let them right in.
Okay, so now everybody should be able to like click unmute. Roy, you can hear me?
I'm in.
Okay.
So I got a question. When y'all, so I know there's a difference in going for the straight and just going for the hit. What is, let's just take, I know, Diane, I know this is going to be hard for you, but let's just take straight out of the equation. What's the easiest way to just find like just a number to play that's going to come sooner than later? Because I noticed if you're not waiting for the straight, they usually come like right away. Or am I wrong? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think Roy is trying to
okay. I was like,
answer your
wait a minute,
question.
it got real quiet. Okay.
I don't do box, so I can't partake in this question.
Yeah, I figured that would count you out. Roy, maybe?
Sometimes it does, you know. I posted an example the other day in the group about all them box hits. You ain't see that?
No, what group?
In the files group, I posted how Oregon got 7-2-6-1.
Oh,
Yeah, all of those fell
that was
box.
a box hit?
65-10 fell straight in Texas, and then 2299, which is the mirror to the 7744, hit Florida, and then 8685 hit somewhere. So the only thing that was left was the 7621. You wouldn't have played straight because the only thing that fell straight was the 6510 and the mirror 7744. So the 7621 had to be played as a box. It was the last thing to hit. But go ahead, Roy.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, that sounds like Janice. Who that is?
It is. I'm off
Oh,
work.
no.
Oh boy, she got in, y'all.
Shit.
She found it.
Yes, I found my family.
So did
I think, hold on, wait, Roy is muted right now, and I don't even think he knows that he's muted. Is he muted?
I
Yeah, I
don't
think
think he does know.
Yeah, I think he's on mute, but he don't know it.
Did you tag me in the example you was talking about?
Yeah, I'm about to post the history for you too.
Okay.
Okay, can anybody hear me now?
Yeah, there he is.
Okay. I thought I was talking back to you guys, but I guess I would. Okay, yeah, I just had the pick four singles rundown screen up. You were asking about box hits. Pretty much like, well, this right here would be a tough one because it's a all odd number, and just like all odd and all singles, they are connected to a lot of numbers. Okay, so looking at the 1759, the way it hit tonight, I think it was. Let's make sure we know the right state before I just go saying stuff. The correct. I think I just made this post. I don't know if it was who was it played. Okay, I just made the post. Okay, Rhode Island. See it right there, 1759. Okay, so Rhode Island played the 1759. Normally, I would come to the files and I would type it in the way I see it, the way it hit, to try to determine straight hits or box hits. It doesn't always have to be straight. I look for them straight. And sometimes the number I say should come straight from it. Normally, it'll play box. The times that it don't come straight, of course. But when I look at the files, can you see my cursor right here? So the 1759, that's the order the number came, right? Okay, so in this rundown, I see here that the link would be 9404. So right there, I automatically, I know that this 9959 is the mirror to that number. So when I look at any number, I try to find the links. This one shows a lot because, like I said, it's all odd, and most all odd and all even numbers have a lot of connections. So with this one, it'll lead me directly to the 9404. I can go back and search and lottery post to see if that number has hit. And normally, if you take and do the search for any number that you see with the direct links like this right here that I'm pointing out, you can see the history and the patterns of how one may play before the other play, vice versa. Like 9404, I'm pretty sure has already hit. It could have been 2 weeks ago. It could have been yesterday. I
It
haven't
hit
looked.
Saturday.
it
It hit
did.
South Carolina. Yeah,
So-
9404.
So that's my point there. Forgive me for not looking it up and knowing that right off the bat. But you're gonna see all kinds of combinations that can come quick. And just like you said, Javon, you might not want to wait on the straight hit when you can make, real good money off of box hits. Like that double number online, a $10 box will bring you like $7,000, almost $7,500. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
not only having to know which state it may play in, but that's something you can capitalize on, just knowing direct links and links to the number. You said that number 9404 hit Saturday.
Yeah,
I know that-
4904 hit South Carolina Saturday midday.
4904 that hit Saturday in South Carolina, and also Tennessee played at 9959 Saturday too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's two hits from that one rundown that are direct
Dang.
links to the Rhode Island number that hit tonight straight. So we did see 94 and the 9959 hit the board prior to the 1759 hitting straight today. That's just an example for that number, but I'll go down and just type in. I think someone played the 6632, 6623 tonight. That was today. That was Oregon, I think. If I'm standing correctly, let me make sure.
Did I get on the sheet?
Yeah, Oregon 6623, right? So I would come to the rundown, and of course, I'm going to look at the order that it played in. Just like we just mentioned, the 9404. You see it right here, the mirror at the bottom of this 6623 rundown. That's 5499, which is the mirror to 0944. So you're
Right.
still gonna have connections from, and it's also right there to 0449. You're still gonna have connections from previous played numbers that'll lead you to hits for the upcoming days. But to point out the 6623, other than me seeing that, I would go directly to the direct links and see what they are, like 4463 and then 4918. 4918 mirror would be the 9463. And just to be clear on the search, so I'll go do that research real quick just to see where we stand on why the 6623 plays or what could come from it. Let me clear this because I think I put something earlier. So I'll type in 6623. I think it was 49, 4913, 44. Let me look back before I type in the wrong number. Yeah, so 4918 and 4436. I know the 9981 had played somewhere, so that's definitely a direct link. It's the mirror. 4436, 9918. And I'm just typing in the links that's showing in the rundowns just to see if any of those numbers played prior to the 6623 playing. And once you see certain numbers like this in a certain pattern, you can target a hit, and it doesn't have to be a straight. I mean, it could come straight. I'm not saying it's not going to come straight, but you can easily look and see, like right here, Oregon, they played the 98-91, and then Oregon also turned around and played the direct link. If you look back at the rundowns, you'll see this is the 99-81. That's the 99-18. Still a mirror to the direct link, which is the 49-18. That's still going to show me that 44-63, 99-18, 49-18, 94-63 is all direct links to the 66-23. So if we look back at the history again, we'll see that Oregon played 9-8-9-1 5 days prior to actually dropping the direct link. Now, some of the straight hits that are being called, whether it's me, Diana, or anybody else in the Files chat that call straight hits or pinpoint a straight hit, it may always, not always, but 9 times out of 10, it may show box before it shows straight. It doesn't mean that it's not coming straight. So even your straight plays, it's good to just run them box, and when you're feeling that confident about the number, it's due, the pairs are due, what have you. It's easier to pinpoint which numbers are actually due to hit once you research them like this. Once you know the patterns, going back to the rundowns, and do not ever forget, if you can't help it, don't forget the mirror. So like people will see this 4436 and totally forget that Oregon played the mirror to it, the 99-81. And that will lead you to a pretty decent hit if you were just focused on the 6623 or 1187 in Oregon. It took 5 days for that number to show. They do have 4 draws a day, which is, kind of stretching it. But at the same time, when you're only playing pick 4 and you only focus on a certain set, you can really kill a number by just, staying focused on that state and watching for that number to hit, whether it's box or straight. Like I just said a few minutes ago, because I know I did it a few times when I was on dimes. Just run, just you feel so strong about a pick 4 double. $1 box is gonna bring you to $750. So when you're really comfortable with it, you run at $10 and you catch it box, that's $7,500. Some people, you have to catch a pick 4 straight for $1 to really top that kind of profit. You know what I mean? So it's definitely still a good look to, target a number, and no matter how it's coming, you're going to catch it for a good amount, just playing the box. Do I need to? Anybody else got a question? I don't want to drag this out trying to show.
I wanted to say something about that. The 4904.
Yeah.
Some people want to know how would I have known to play the 1759,
Mhm.
before it actually hit. So if you
Right.
well, y'all know if y'all go to the doubles, go to the double section and then type in the 4409. Of course, like Roy
4409.
said, you would type the double in first.
Okay. I
So
got
when
it.
you go to the 4409, you would just scroll down. South Carolina had what? 4904?
Is that the order it came?
Yeah, 4094. But what I would do is I would just go down that row and I would look to see what numbers sandwich 0449 or whatever the order is. When you
Right.
get down to 9440, you'll see that 1795 combo sandwiches the 9440. So that
Mhm.
would have been a good play because it's sandwiching the number that just hit South Carolina.
Are we still right here on the 4094? That's where you want me?
No, keep going over. I didn't know which order it was. Keep going over to 9440. That's what I like to do. I like to see what number sandwiches a number. Then I can be like, all right, that's my target.
Okay, so this one down here, 9440.
Mm-hmm.
And damn, there's the 623 back. Okay, I got sidetracked when I saw that. Now say what you were just saying again. One, okay, I see.
I would just look down the road, like say South Carolina got the 4904. I would type in the 4409, and then I would look down the road to see if any of those numbers on the top or bottom sandwich that number, and that could be a straight play or a box play. It could be, the number is coming because the number is sandwiching South Carolina's number.
Right. Yeah,
and then you can see it over there in the other rundown too.
Okay, so what she's pointing out right here is pretty much showing you the direct link, but it's no color code there. So like right here, if I was to type in what you see where the color code is at the bottom and above the number, well, the base number, and below is the color code. But 2749, when I type in that number, it's going to show just like this here. You're going to see the 4094 at the bottom, and you're going to see the 0494 at the top. So I'm going to type in the 2749 just to show you this is what she's talking about as far as the direct link.
Exactly. And that 2479 been hot as hell lately.
Yeah, it's been hitting like crazy.
I think it's coming again tonight.
It might, because that damn 989 Texas.
Right. So you see over here to the far left where I typed it in 2749. So right there you see it 0494 at the bottom, 0449. At the top you see 40, 49, and 4094. Right. Now seeing it that way always tells me it's a direct link to the number because it's still sandwiching this number.
Exactly.
Even though we still see it in the green down here, it's actually above and below, just like I showed you guys before I went here. When you're looking at the 4409 rundown, it'll show you in a different way.
So when y'all say sandwich, that's what you're referring to being the same number at the top and the bottom?
Yes, they won't be in the same order, but you will have the same exact four numbers. Well, in this case, you know what I mean? In this case, the four doubles, but it's still the same number above and below that 2749.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So taking that a step forward, just look here to the left. When I see numbers like this, and I know South Carolina played 2299, that's still, to me, that's still 2749. So when South Carolina come back, instead of them playing 2749 behind that number they played Saturday, which is the 4409 or whatever, they still accomplishing their goal. To me, that's the way I look at it. I know people may not ever look at lottery the way I look at it, but I feel like, this is one way they can stretch out these pick four numbers so far apart. You know what I mean? Like you may have, let me see, letting people wait. It's recorded, so it'll get posted again. But yeah, like I was saying, you have, you might have, we may see this 2749 coming strong for South Carolina, but 2749 may not fall until next month. But in the meantime, they played 2299 or 7744. They still, to me, the lottery system is still accomplishing their goal by getting the patterns off that. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay. All right. So
You just have to look at it. It's just when you're looking at the numbers, I'm learning that is to look at it and kind of break it down in your mind as far as mirrors are concerned.
Right. Okay. And also, I think this is let me see, that's right. Yeah, look at it this way too. Throughout the rundown, so it don't matter which row you're on. Just going straight across like this. And it's unique because I didn't realize it after I actually started, looking at the rundown. A lot of these numbers that are in the same row, let me see, in the same position of the rundown, like this, and like this, and like this. Some of them, of course, are mirrors, which like up here, 2749, 2299. A lot of these numbers are the same sum. The lottery math somehow sets this up to where you're going to see the same sums in those positions of the rundown. So once you see that, then it also help you out in knowing what sums could come, because sometimes I've seen where 2299 may hit the board, 2749 may hit the board, and I'll just run and check those sums to see what are the special numbers in that group of sums. It's still some of the same sums in this rundown entirely, but it just it gives you another way to look at the patterns that are being played on a daily basis. What's actually what's getting ready to happen that day or coming soon. So try to always, if you can identify the sum, even knowing that 2794 should hit South Carolina, and it didn't. I don't think it did around or before the not real recently near the 4409, but you still got the 2299, which is the same sum. Which I don't know if that. I'm just trying to give you some.
So you're saying that you would have played both of those?
I probably would have played the mirror set.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you, because looking at this number, 2794, and I know it's a mirror to the double set, because that's the only single, right? That's the only single number in that double set. So it's only 9 numbers. People go in the store and spend $60 a draw. People go in the store and spend $100 and $200 and $300 a draw. So going in the store playing 8 numbers or 9 numbers, focus on this one mirror set, still can bring you good money. Even if you play them all for $1, that's $9 box off all, even if the single hit, you still win 200. If it's not the single, like the double hit, 50 cent brings you 400. So, just knowing what what type of numbers you're dealing with, what could play, what should come from it. And you guys know yourself, like 2299 hit. Only thing it's gonna do is spin off of it is play another like a mate, you know what I mean? Like the 9992, 2229, which everybody's waiting on the 2229.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I try to look at it once I'm really like in tune and trying to dig and trying to find out what's next to hit. So any other questions before unless you did
Appreciate that.
Oh yeah. I keep seeing stuff while I'm talking. That's why I don't know why that 66 keep standing out to me like 2249 right beside it, and it kind of give me the insight that it might hit soon, because not only does 6623 hit straight, the 2249 is a direct link to the 0449. Just a different mirror, but it's the same. It's still represented as a direct link. So if that 2249 or 7749 shows, you guys will know why. Anybody else got a question?
Keisha.
Please ask questions, because this is the main reason why I want
Keisha,
to
you
do this.
on mute.
Somebody's trying to ask questions. On
Yeah,
mute.
she got her
Everybody
hand raised,
must
but
be on mute, but me.
Okay. Keisha got a hand raised. Oh, I can either lower her hand or ask to unmute. What's up, Keisha? What's on your mind? Let's see.
see if
I
you can
just
click
actually-
more and then unmute her.
It says ask to unmute, and I'm pressing on it. I guess she don't want to talk.
Hey Roy, I finally
Hey.
unmuted myself. You mentioned 2249. I got a quick pick like a week or so ago at 2243. Quick pick. How do you normally determine what we're looking for when you get quick picks?
Okay. All right. So let's see. You got that recently, or that's been a minute?
It was actually like maybe a week and a half ago. I happened to come across it this morning, and I know sometimes the quick pick they'll play back, and then sometimes they'll just go one off. And I know that 3 can be an 8. So when you said 2249, I was hoping maybe that 2249 would drop in North Carolina, since that's just one off from the 2243.
Okay, I can understand why you comparing the two. Let me see. North Carolina. First thing when I pulled up and run down, the first thing that stood out to me about. But if you go to the very, very, very last rundown, see 4322. I'm almost willing to bet the day you got that quick pick was probably the day we played 7667.
You said 7667?
Yeah, you remember we played a double 7667?
Yes, I'm gonna look at it and see.
But if you look at that rundown, I don't know, how did you get the quick pick? 2234 or 2243? You don't know.
243.
43. Okay, so that would have been a different order. If I was looking at it in reverse, it actually show up on this side here. It still show 2298. That's high. That's a mirror, but it's been hitting. I think it hit twice a day. I think Diana mentioned that earlier. 1177, still a mirror to the 6677, which we did play. If you pay attention right here, you see that what I just clicked on?
Oh no, I'm driving. I'm just listening.
Okay. Well, that'd be good when you get time to stop and look at it. Pull up your quick peek on the file and look at the rundowns, because 9606 hit straight in North Carolina last Tuesday. And it's in that rundown for the 3422, which is your quick peek backwards.
Okay.
Now, how would I determine which one to play? Looking at that rundown, just knowing what has hit the board.
Right.
I think 5222 hit somewhere, if I ain't mistaken.
North Carolina a while ago. They hit North Carolina a long time ago. Like the first part or the middle part of the year.
Maybe, but it almost seemed like it hit real recent.
2225 last hit September 18th in Missouri.
Did it come any?
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
been
only
a while.
the last order?
Huh?
Is that the last order that it came in?
The last order is 5222.
And that was in September?
Yeah, the 18th.
Yeah, we've been waiting on that number.
So, okay, I'm gonna just type in the
North Carolina had it June 15th, long time ago.
long time.
Yes.
All right.
I did get that one.
So 609 hit today. Was that today? No, 2 days. Ontario 23. We played it on January. Let me go back and let's see how was the rundown again. We played it January the 4th. I don't know when your quick pick was. I'm just going off just a number, but got a pretty good feeling that quick pick is on either on or before the day we played that 7-6-6-7.
Huh?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. It's
Okay.
going in and out. What did you ask?
No, I'm just still looking at the same number. I'm just trying to move. Oh, I didn't click too many tubes. I'm trying to move the 3-4-2-2 closer to the add one side. So this is the way I do it when I'm just looking at when I want to focus on the way the number came or what I really want to look at. 7-8-6-6. No, that's not 45-33. 90-88. I want to say that number hit off. So I don't know if it was Virginia or somebody like that. But yeah, with me, just like I'm doing now, if I get a quick pick, I'm pretty much gonna definitely pull up that. The first one I always go to is the rundowns.
Okay.
And I try to look at the way I got the quick pick,
Okay.
and also in reverse order. It's a lady here in Sanford where I live. Is an elder lady. She's actually in a group. Her name is Miss Rachel. She faithfully, I don't care what quick pick she gets. She faithfully sit and grab a quick pick and write on it. Plus or minus. She always do the plus and minus. Period. Like it ain't no matter if it's a pick 4, pick 3. She gonna write on her quick pick and she'll turn around and play the plus and minus rather she get the quick pick. And she hit a lot. She hit a lot. I mean a lot. So and it's basically because sometimes people can hang around the machine and get those last minute quick picks.
Right.
So she'll do that a lot and just play the plus and minus. So she hit quite often doing that. That's why I say your quick picks if they're not the hit right then that day that draw, it could hit another state, but they're definitely a hint. If it's not going to hit, then it's a hint to what's to come.
Right.
So you get a chance when you stop driving or whatever.
Yeah,
Look up that 34-22 rundown. And if you get to look at your quick pick, find out if that quick pick came before last Tuesday or after.
Okay.
If it came before last Tuesday, it just tells me it's the reason why the 9606 failed. If it came after, then it's probably something you need to kind of pay attention to because it's an indication to a number that should play. Then it is connected to that 9606.
Okay.
Or they'll just keep playing off that rundown. My guess would be the 5-2-2-2. They may play the mirror like 5-7-7-7, the 0-2-2-2, which New Jersey just played that 2-2-2-0. And the mirror is showing in the rundown. So it's definitely something to pay attention to because, like I said, the 2298 is also in the bottom of that rundown, and that number hit twice a day. It's in that rundown twice, but neither one of them came in that order, I don't think.
Okay. And I got a 5,000 yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. My thing with quick picks is I'm always at least get one. I want to get it straight too. I don't care if it hit or if it don't hit, but I'm gonna get it straight. 50 cent. That's all I'm investing in it. I'm 50 cent pick 4, pick 3 or whatever, and I just do my homework from that quick pick. You know what I mean? Like I'll get in the car real quick and I'll open up my phone to the files and check to see what I can come up with or what we've played from that number and try to give me an indication. The best case scenario is playing the plus or minus, especially if you ain't got time, because a lot of people get a lot of quick picks, and then once they get them, I'm not going back to the register. I'm gonna get my quick picks and going about my business, going about my day or whatever. But if you got time, sit there and kind of decipher what numbers are connected to it, because a lot of times those numbers, you know, we get quick picks and it be one number off sometimes, but you would definitely get an understanding of what should play. And I'm not saying that that's going to be the number that's going to hit your state that you're in, because a lot of times you get those quick picks and they go to another state. Sometimes your neighbor state, and sometimes way across the country somewhere.
That's true.
Anybody got any other questions about quick picks or anything like that?
Keisha had a question. She inboxed me her question.
She didn't get unmuted. Why she's still on mute?
No, she said it won't let her unmute. And I'm not sure if that's the same with Macorna or not, but he has his hand raised and he's still muted. But Keisha's question was, she's like, I want him to show me how he targeted 2299 for Florida.
Oh Lord, yes, good one.
Let's see. I don't know why I can't unmute her. It says ask to. It's like I gotta ask her to unmute herself. All right, so I guess I'll. Okay, she said asked how I came up with
2299 for Florida.
22, which is the double, right? We just talked about.
Yeah.
Let me see. And I'm checking the group wall just to make sure I see the post, because I want to try to remind myself what I was thinking.
What's the name of the group wall? Is it Pick 4 and 3? Roy's Pick 3 and 4 breakdown?
Right there. Can you see the screen? Roy's breakdown, Pick 3 and Pick 4 followers. Let me see.
Okay.
2299 should be.
Teacher to the wall.
My spectrum been down like 3 times this month already for the year. So I don't know what I got on. Was that? I'm trying to make sure that was the right order I called it for. Okay, that was a South Carolina post. Recently.
If anybody's using an iPhone and they're trying to unmute, you just tap the screen. The mute button is at the lower left-hand corner. But if you're on a laptop, if you have a touch screen, you just touch the screen and it's the same thing. It's always going to be in the bottom left-hand corner.
Thank you.
I don't know. Did I make a
She's trying to
post?
get on her iPad now.
Did she know if I made a post about it, or did I just say it?
Let me see. Hold on. She said, yeah, you posted. Let me see. Let me check this.
I'm trying to find it. I know it
She
had to
said
be
the December post.
It's a December post.
Yeah. Oh, where you targeted certain states. It's the state post for Florida, I think.
Oh, it had to been something they played.
That was she said.
Yeah, it had to be something they played in December that month. Because that's exactly what I was going off of, that week of Christmas to the New Year. I think it was the week after Christmas, going into the New Year.
Yeah, I see the post she talking about. Let me see if I can comment your name, and then you should get my tag. Well, I ain't gonna bring up what number hit. But...
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I found the post.
Okay.
I just tagged you.
There you go, right there.
That's it right there.
Okay, so how did I come up with
9922?
Oh, okay. I don't think, did any of those hit? I don't know if they did. I don't know if the people. Okay, hold on. Florida must have played a quad. No, they didn't. Okay, so this right here is what let me go to that rundown. This is why I came up with that. Okay, so looking at the rundown, right here you see that 68.99 right there. Let me go back. 68.99. That's going to represent. Well, you see 9968 4413. I also got the 4459 and 9904. So they're showing here as direct links to this number. It goes to show that numbers don't always come right back to the state because 99 hit somewhere, then it hit 4477 hit somewhere. But Florida they're definitely playing off of this number because this is where I got it from right here. Going back to that post, 2217, 7726, all of those, I got those from right there, which that's still, y'all notice that's the mirror to that 2249 I just spoke about. But Florida played 2235 or 7708. They played one of those numbers. That's why I made that post. I'll go back and pull up Florida.
I think they got the 5232, I want to say.
Yeah, they had to play.
They played, yeah. They played the 0778 December 9th.
Oh, okay.
December 9th.
0778.
They probably played the mirror too, because I think it was closer than that. Maybe I might be wrong. Let me see. But that's where those numbers coming from. Y'all see, I showed you the direct links to the 2299 and the which is 7744. But I was almost certain. I know they played one of them, but it seemed like Florida played more than one.
Amera is 2785. They played it on December 13th.
December 13th.
2785.
Seemed like it was closer than that. Is the reason why I made that post. I might be was it 44? Okay, that's well, we know they played one of those mirrors. I just thought it was closer to December the 9th. The reason why I came up. But that's good. Well, I don't understand why states like the whole shit so freaking long. Because there's no way that Florida should have went without. Maybe they played a mirror, 94-77 something. But yeah, definitely Florida was playing off of that whenever they dropped that first number with
they played 0318 twice.
They played what twice?
0318 on December 24th and 3018.
So they did play the 2299 on January 8th. Oh shit. But look what they played the next day after the 2299 hit.
See, there it is at 3252. That's the one I was
the mirror
talking
to
about.
the 0778 that they had last month.
Right. So
damn, that's like month to month. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Jay, you say December 9th?
Yeah.
So that you I mean, it always had me tongue tied when I see shit like that. But that's what they do to us. I mean, it's 10,000 ways to catch a straight in the pick four. But Florida's a 2-draw state. And 30 days, that's only 60 numbers. It's 10,000 numbers in the pick four. So for them to be able to play something December 9th and finish the connection to that number on January 9th, I mean, it had to start making sense to me somehow. So that's why I when I tell people, or when they see a post like Florida's supposed to play the 9922 last month, then they drop it January 9th, you wonder why the number took so long. But a lot of times it's just their way of making the connections. Just like we go back and look at that post, and then we see here on January the 8th, and then on January the 9th, they play from the rundowns, and they actually started this back in December, on December the 9th. So if you look here, you'll see where 3522 and 5322 is in that rundown. Now, since everybody's eyes is on this, you see what's the only two numbers in between those. Like if I was to type in, I'm gonna type it in 9477, so I give you a different visual of the connection to number. So Florida did this on the 8th and the 9th. We're already on the 11th. Something's up with why the connection hasn't been filled yet. 9477. Type it in that way. Now look at the rundown over here. You see right here, right there, you see the 9922 in the middle. You're gonna skip a number, you're gonna see the 3522. If you go down, and if you skip a number and go up, you still see the 5322. Same way as we was just looking at the rundown the other way. But in between there, you have 1277 and you have 7677. So between January the 8th and the 9th until now, 7712 or the mirror, which is 2267, they should have shown by now, or they're coming. If the double hasn't played, at least they're working up towards that triple, that 7677 or the 2122.
Ontario had the 7776, but that was on January 1st though.
That was on the first.
That 1277 is over 30 days out.
Okay, so that'll give it. Okay, so the mirror played to that number, the 6722.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think that
last
one
played in
played.
Oregon. Oregon had it twice.
The
December
67
30th.
December 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what, almost 9-10 days ago. Yeah, they're working back towards that set. They gotta come with the 7712. I think since January the 8th and January the 9th, what Florida did, definitely they're working back towards that number, that set of numbers. And looking at the rundowns,
Right
I
on
see
top of 5877 PA. Straight.
PA.
587, right on top of the 7122 you highlighted.
Oh yeah, the 5877. Yeah. I think Diana called that number straight not too long ago, the 0322 or 5877. But yeah, when you see stuff like that, especially pointing that out, PA play that number straight, it's still gonna take you back to this rundown. Now, knowing that PA played it 5877, if I'm looking for the straight, I would skip. They could play 3522 straight. And they can play 7122 straight. But they normally don't give it to you that easy. Once they play one of them straight, they try to throw you off by skipping that number and playing the other number straight. So that's why when you guys see me point out something crazy in the rundown, like this right here can come straight off of that, that's pretty much how I'm looking at it, because I've seen it too many times in the history where if 5877 show straight, if this number above it or the number below it come, 9 times out of 10 it's not going to play straight. They're going to mirror it or they're going to play it backwards. It could be 2253 or 2217. But because this number hit straight the way it did, they usually skip one, they'll drop that one straight, or they'll skip that bottom one and they'll play that 9477 straight. Everybody understand that?
Virginia had the straight mirror to the 1722 on December 28th. They had 6722.
On the 28th?
Yeah, 2 days before Oregon.
Wow.
Damn, Puerto Rico. Okay.
198. That's 6s and 1s trigger. They should have just dropped it. 6s and 1s. I know everybody would be mad if Puerto Rico got them, but go ahead and get the shit out of the way. But you said they played 1277?
No, Virginia played 6722.
6-7. So
The straight mirror.
straight mirror to this number.
On December 28th.
28. That's only been about 12 days.
Somebody got that 5651. The fuck?
Yeah. We was just talking about it. Was that the number? No, that wasn't the number we talked about.
5651 Kentucky on January 3rd.
If that number hit straight on the 28th of December, and they waited till January the 8th to drop this one in Florida and January the 9th to drop that one. That number, if they exact mirror this one, they should exact mirror that one. Everybody follow?
2122.
Yes. So this is the ways that, you know, I know it can confuse some of you guys, but like this is the ways that I look at the rundowns to find other hits versus then always pointing out a straight. But this also is a way to find straight hits, especially when a number already hit from it straight. But you still have to pretty much check the patterns to see what's been played. I really think Florida, that'll be too sweet for Florida to catch that 7177 or the 2122, but they may do it. I know somebody should play it soon just because of what we're seeing right here. This rundown from this number of hits straight in PA. That number played backwards in Florida. So yeah, definitely this is how I might get too caught up in a rundown sometimes by seeing stuff like that. But you know, just if you glance through, like in between the color indicators, like this 3374, I think it's 8829 mirror. That number, I can't say I recognize them hitting the board real recently, but I know 1029, which is the 6547, was hot, has been hot. So that's another way I kind of indicate whether the 7749 or the 2249 is show.
Yeah, that 1209 just hit a few days ago.
Oh yeah, I know the mirror was hitting. I didn't know that that one actually fell. But yeah, any other questions before I get too far? Or anybody forget something they need to ask?
Yeah, I got a question. So if I find a straight hit, like I found a lot of them ever since Miss Diana showed us in the files like how she be doing it.
Right.
I done hit a couple times, but I got right now in my notebook, I got like 12 numbers that's ready for the straight hit.
Right.
And like okay, like I'm looking at 6 of them. They already, like after 30 days, do y'all dead them numbers? Like if like
somebody like me or somebody like Diana probably would dead them, but
okay.
I mean, but I'm not saying do that though. I mean, it's like, you know, for instance, my mama, she asked me, it's been years ago, but she asked me about it. She asked me what I liked to play, you know, what number I like to play. So I gave her the number I like to play, and the number she had to play, she didn't play it, but it was the number hit straight. Long story short, her number hit, but I didn't tell her not to play her number. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to tell you not to, but it's got to be a, you know, just, you got to be able to set guidelines to, you know, especially when you got a budget, to know exactly what you're going to play and how long you want to play it. Mm-hmm. But saying that, like when Diana give straight hits, a lot of times that shit be lined up from date to date. You know what I mean? Like, there's I find a lot of my stuff doing the same thing. Like I might post a number tonight, which is Tuesday night, and it may not fall in 2 days, it may not fall in 3 days, 5 days, or whatever. But find myself looking at it again the following Tuesday night. The number, you know, they just held it off that long. So if you can find a target time, then you can kind of decipher when to pick up, or how heavy, you know, play it light first and then go harder. You know, some people do that that little system where they just keep building on the bet just to hit the number real big. But that's not my style.
Progressive betting.
Aggressive betting. That's not my style. I just try to, it don't always work, but I try to outsmart the system by, trying to figure out what days it might come.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do too. Like target the day, the week, the month, exactly. So I won't be playing a whole bunch of numbers, but and I'm trying to get like y'all where I see y'all, it'll be like something hit on the 7, something hit on the 8, something hit on the 9th, and then boom, the 10th, there go y'all 4th number, there go y'all straight hit. But it's not always
my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love when you can spot the number where you see one from a rundown, the same rundown, one number hit, and then this like today the 11th. Then tomorrow you see another number come from that rundown on the 12th. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna finish the pattern. They might finish it the same day, but usually it's a 3-day span in the connection. Sometimes, let me just point out the rundown. I wish I could find one right off the bat.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
But it's like you say like 7122 hit. Okay, say that hit today, and then for instance, 5877. I don't know when it hit today, but the 5877 might hit today. The 7122 might hit tomorrow, and then the next number you got to worry about is either going to be the 3522 or the 9477. They're going if they play those two together, they're gonna finish it off eventually with the number above them or below it. Sometimes they'll be sweet and they'll play the 3522 and then 7122 and give you just that one option left to finish with. That's just looking straight up and down the rundown. So it still works almost, it almost works the same way the other way, like Diana showed, but sometimes it may not be back-to-back days. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you might see 2 of these hit in one day, then this one hit the second day, and they finally finish it off with the 9477 on the third day. But yeah, once you can target, you can find certain patterns like that, it makes it a lot easier. The thing is, we have a player's mentality. We want to win daily, like I do too. But at the same time, if you just sit back and collect all that knowledge and just plot on them, got your money ready to make them bets, it'll turn out a lot better sometimes than trying to rush and let me get this number in. Let me hold this for a month. It works. And it works out in people's favor sometimes when they hold a certain number that long, when they got a goal in mind or a target where they definitely trying to hit it for a certain amount box or whatever. But I'm not that type of player to where I try to play a number that long. So I'm trying to.
Me neither.
I'm always trying to study to hit that day, that draw. And a lot of times week to week works. I mean, it don't work every draw. If you get up tomorrow morning and you check whatever state you're gonna play, you check what they played last Wednesday, I guarantee you it's gonna lead you to something that they played. They're gonna come off of it somehow. And then, it's not like they're gonna do it every day, but it's gonna happen. And then, I might miss it because we're looking at something else, or Diana might miss it, or whoever might, we might miss it because we're not studying or looking at that number. But I find that being the best start. Always check. You want to check what last play, the day before, the draw before, but I always want to go back and check that last week to see, what type of patterns could be brought this week from last week.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it do. It do. Because I can't hold water, and the last ones I was holding, one of them, it took 8 days. The last straight I found, it took 8 days, and the other one took 11 days when Texas played at 8-3-3-8 straight. So, and then that Canada played at 3-0-0-4 straight off 7-4-4-7 straight. So yeah, I'm not trying. I scratched all the ones out. That's the ones I done found, and they never came. So I know sometimes they just don't come the way I see it.
Right. Yeah, and then a lot of times, okay, for instance, 1800. I called that number straight probably about 2 months ago, and I still don't think it played.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, it's played different ways, but I don't think it hit 1800. But just doing a research on that number in that order, when I look back, I think it's been out like a year and a half, almost 2 years, all states. So certain things like that, you kind of just gotta weigh your options. You know, just wait till it shows, and then try to pick it up. Like it might hit 1800 today, then I'll get back on it because I know it's got a chance to coming back again 1800. But like that number, you know, just playing it straight for 2 months and it ain't hit no. I mean, I checked, like I said, I checked the history, and that number it's been out all states that way straight for like over a year. You know, it might have been almost 2 years. So certain stuff like that, you know, you might want to get on Lottery Post and just look to see. Let me see how long this number been out in this order. You know, if I'm looking for the straight number, let me see how long it's been since it actually played straight.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, Roy, I have a question.
Okay.
I sent Diana a 1987, and I came across this, and I noticed that they had so many, it was so many numbers that came out straight or straight backwards, and that number still hasn't come.
1987?
Yeah, 1987 in that order. I sent you the screenshot that I, you know, my workout. I sent you the screenshot. But my question is, I think it did come like a mirror one time, but because it has been activated so many times, like, do I still stay on that number?
Okay, so
if you can, I sent it to your messenger.
And who am I speaking with?
Princess Cup.
Okay. All right. I just pulled up my screen at 1987 too. So can y'all see my screen?
Right.
Okay. All right. So I see a march. You got. So those arrows mean they came straight forward or backwards, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you're saying the 1987 just hasn't hit straight.
Right. Straight, backwards, or straight, period.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to open up your message so everybody can see it. If I can find it.
Did you check that 1111 rundown to see if any of those hit straight? Because maybe it's waiting on one of them before it completes the set.
Yes, I did, and it had Oregon. 5321, but
and since 3 days ago, nothing else fell straight.
I checked all the way back for 30 days. It came, that whole row came, but 1987 hasn't come yet.
I was trying to pull it. Can y'all see the picture?
Well, no, the row above it, that row is not complete yet. No, there is no row that is actually all the way complete. But it's like ready.
So the 5321 here, Oregon. Okay, yeah, that row is complete. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. The 5587, didn't they hit today?
Yeah.
It hit today, right?
Did it come straight? No. That didn't hit today. It hit like maybe 3 days ago. 5877 is what you're thinking.
The mirror hit 5352.
Yeah, the mirror hit.
And Georgia, of course, played the 0302, right? That's the mirror also.
Rhode Island played 9765 straight on December 30th. So that can probably get underlined. 9765 straight. That fell straight in Rhode Island, and that fell straight in South Carolina. 4210 fell straight on December 14th. So you got now 2 rows that's straight, 2 rows that's complete.
So because those rows are it's 3 numbers, that just completes the set. So the 1987 gets scratched. That's my question.
No, you need to hold the 1987 because that's the top of the triangle.
Okay. Right. Okay, gotcha. That was what my question was. Okay.
Yeah, if you complete a row like that, if you complete a row where you've seen all of those numbers hit forward or backward, then it's giving you the stronger indication that that number is going to show.
The
If
king
it hasn't,
is
if it hasn't already hit prior to these numbers hitting, even if it has hit, it still can repeat. But it's a good indication that you see if you see 42, 10, 45, 79, 7, 8, 3, 2, whether they play
Yes, the whole row is complete.
Yeah, no. 9 times out of 10, it don't usually happen that way. Usually, you'll see the 1987 first, and probably 4210 and maybe 7832 before they complete it. But yeah, if you caught it to where you've had 3 straight in a row right beside each other hit, she said a 9765. Yeah, if you've seen it like that, then definitely 2 targets, 1987, 6432.
Okay.
Because they could still mirror it, but we know it should play 1987, but they still can play the mirror to 6432.
Okay,
And
thank you.
it's up to you to hold however long you want to hold. Nobody can tell you how long
Right.
you should hold this number.
And
As a lottery player.
exactly, and that's one thing about single pick
and
four numbers.
074.
You would think that the single pick four numbers are show fast, but a lot of times they be slow too.
The worst.
Thank you.
They played the mirror of the 1987, I think yesterday, with the 1239.
Was it straight?
I'm finna 6930.
I don't think it's straight. I think it hit like, I forgot the order it came, but I think it was the 1932.
Right.
2463 last hit January 3rd.
I have a question.
I'm gonna tell you something.
You got a question, Macarona?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Macarona.
I don't know how to pronounce it. That's what it say on.
Sound good to me.
It's my corner.
Yeah, Corona. What's go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, so I look in the singles file. You type in 9477, right?
9477
Yeah.
at the bottom. Okay, 9477 and the doubles.
Yeah.
You want it in that order, or you want it the right way?
Isn't it supposed to be the doubles first?
Yes. Yes.
So why you type like that?
Oh, I did it that way just to pinpoint what I was seeing. Keisha asked about.
So hold right there. I'm just gonna
Okay.
ask you.
Go ahead.
Right. I saw something. That's why I want to ask you. Okay. So now I know 5877 hit straight today, right? Now
Which one? Okay, yeah, the 5877. Okay.
9922 also hit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right off the bat, I know New York got 3503 right underneath the mirror line.
Okay.
Right. What significance that 94922 have? If I'm trying to refer to New York, does that have any, any impact of coming to New York because it's sitting right on top of it?
Okay. How do they play that number? I'm gonna type that one in so we can look at it a different way.
3503, I think.
3503.
3503.
Dan, am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So looking at it that way, you see the 2492 on the bottom of the add one rundown. Now, I'm gonna try not to get sidetracked because every time I see some connection, I always try to jump right to it. Okay, but anyway, the significant to them playing that, and I guess you're asking that because we were saying that the 9477 and the 2249 was hot. Seeing that they play that number, a lot of times the state will come back and give you the +1 or the -1. And New York could play 2249, but I would think that they would play the mirror versus this number because that, to me, that's too easy. I'm not saying not play this now. Me as a player, I still would play it, but I probably would go harder on the 7947 because this number, just looking at the 3503, I know that's the minus to it, and I know that's the plus to it. So it's simple for, average player just to play the plus or minus. So they try to be slick, and they'll play the mirrors to that number. Like you may get 7947, or you may get the 9169 because they're actually the number coming off the exact mirror to that
You know
3503.
why I was asking that is because I was going through the history and I see New York have a history of playing 9422 and 2249. I forgot the year, but they played it twice on Sunday in January. So that is, I was, I'm asking you that there's a history of them playing that number twice. If I can tell you the exact.
Yeah, they play.
That's why
They play mates the same day. Yeah, I want to say South Carolina, to me, I think played that damn 2299 the most in the last 2 or 3 months. I might be wrong, but it just seemed like they got either that or the 4477 more than any other state. But
did you see that they played the 2518 the day
New York?
before, the draw before? They played
the 215, 218.
yeah, it's right there in the rundown. Yeah, they played that twice. The 2158 came twice to New York.
And it's in the same rundown for the
35.
350.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. So in seeing that, then of course, it can lead you right back to that 2492. But did it play straight? I don't think it played straight.
No, it didn't play straight.
Yeah, it didn't play straight, but it's still showing you a connection to that's night draw to night draw right there. I mean, we probably wouldn't. We see so many numbers every day. It's really crazy how you can just narrow down one. But believe me, after seeing so much of it, you will eventually get to that point where you can narrow down and hit. That was New York we were just talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Diana just pointed out, that number, to me, that would still be showing as a link to that number because you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing something? No, you have 4 in that rundown. 3 actual different numbers from a mirror set. This one is actually the same, but it shows connection to those mirrors, the 5858, which is the 3503. The only other different type mirror here is the 9903, which is the 4485, or 9458, which is 4903. I don't know if New York played any of those, but I'm pretty sure if they haven't, they will soon. What's that? 3495? Is that a mirror? What I was just looking at? 3495. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. 3495 is just a mirror to these. Y'all see that? 3495 is a mirror to these two numbers, and then they still New York still came with the 5182. This is actually Friday to Friday. See that? Friday to Friday. So once that jumped off right there, then it would lead you to those mirrors because you see it in the rundown here. Those type mirrors are only other mirrors that's in this rundown other than the 9458 mirrors here and here. Then you have the 1258. So once you see those already activated, then it will lead you to this set of numbers in New York, 3503, 5858. I know it's not showing you a straight hit, so it might not intrigue most like Diana, but just trying to point that out there.
Me too.
Yeah, but definitely, I just want people. I really want people in the Fouls chat to be like really tuned in. I know we have jobs and life stuff going on. We can't be that tuned in every day, but when I'm not doing lives, I'm not doing videos, or Dinah's not having a class or whatever, not doing any lives or videos, you got, all of us should still be able to click on and, you know, open up your files on your phone or your laptop, whatever you use. And I don't really have a set way I do it. I use my phone, my laptop, my computer, or whatever. But yeah, I just want, especially the files group, to be able to just really be able to open up the files and just know what to look for. You know what I mean? Even if you don't, I'm not saying I know what to look for when I open the files, but I go ahead and, you know, I got a number in mind that I'm trying to look up, then I try to go from there. Then, you know, just bounce back to lottery posts and try to research, see pattern. It don't matter what number hits. It can be done for any state, any day of the week. Like, yeah, that is that 5877 straight. But yeah, keep in mind, what that 77. When I see the 7758 mirrors, and this is because of the rundown. When I see 7758 mirrors, I always think of they bring 2000 mirrors. So if you see 7758 mirrors, then just look for the 2000 mirrors. I think NNL played the 5507. Was that yesterday or the day? But when I see that hit the board, yeah, 50, 57. When I see numbers hit the board like that, then I also understand why I see numbers like this hit the board. And the reason being is because of the rundown. So when I go to the rundowns, I'll type in 7758. It may not show 2000 or 7000, but I know it's showing the connection to those mirrors. And I may have to come all the way down to the end to see it, which I don't on this end. I see the 622 mirrors, which is the 1777. Right here, you'll see 2000, 002. Now, right below the 002, you'll see 2357. 2357 is a mirror to that number. So I know that's direct links right there. If I come to that same rundown, if you look right here, you see the number that NNI will play, right? NNI will play it 5057, but right here is 0557, 0575. Above and below it, you see 2208, 2802, 8202. That lets me know that it's a direct link to the 2000 mirrors. So when y'all see 2000 hit the board, or if you see 7000 hit the board, you see 7555 hit the board, or 2555 hit the board, then you know 2203, 2253, 2258, all of those numbers are links to it. They're gonna show. There's no way around it. In this same rundown, when I'm looking at rundowns, I just start to spot, I spot different things. But in this same rundown, those four numbers are the mirrors to the 1759 that hit today. So there's another indicator to me that 2000 mirrors are close, because I see that the 1957 has hit. You see it there. The mirror is the 6402. In that same rundown, I see the 5057 that Indiana Iowa played, and I know the 5877 hit Pennsylvania. So that just will lead me right back to not only because not just because the 5057 hit 877, it played 5877 like this. So this is the actual order. That's the reason why we was talking about the 9477 in the beginning. But anytime I see 7758 mirrors, I know the 2000 mirror is going to show. Another number, and I see like the 3-3 pair. So I'm gonna just type in the make 8857. make to that 7758. When I see 8857 mirrors like this, I know that 3,000 mirrors are connected to it. So anytime I see 8857 mirrors hit the board, I know to look for the 3,000. You look here, you see the 8203, 2803 is sandwiching the 0558, which is the mirror to that 3,000. So anytime, I don't care if it's 3852 or 3857, those numbers always bring me back to 3,000 mirrors. They normally always around each other, and it's showing as direct links. So it just indicates to me that a lot of direct links hit real often. Didn't someone play 3433 recently?
Yeah, yesterday, Indiana, Iowa.
Wait,
Indiana, Iowa yesterday. I got a quick pick in North Carolina today for that 3361. But seeing that 3433 right there would lead me to believe that the 1188 or the 6633 is on the way. I'm gonna type it. Let me type it in. This should all be up. Scroll down a bit. There we go. Yeah, 3433 hit. I think it hit straight just like that. I'm not sure about the 5788 or the 3302, but once you see two of those numbers play, they may play 9833. I'm gonna go ahead and type those in so y'all can get a little insight. Anybody got another question while I'm typing these in?
9833. I checked it. I think it came a couple of days. I have that printed up.
Virginia got it straight.
Yeah.
They played it straight?
Virginia
Yeah.
played it straight on Friday.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that is great.
Ah, you sound like me.
I mean, like, I guess y'all can understand now why I'm like, it still amazes me. You know what I mean? Like, I see, different stuff every day. It ain't like it didn't happen years ago, but it's still like.
So does that mean we late to the party? Diana, I know you didn't miss that one.
Yeah,
Miss
what's
what?
that?
That's
On the
straight.
10th. Yeah, they did play it straight on the 7th. Damn.
Yeah,
But it came again in
9833.
Tennessee. The 0332 play, which is the 5887. So hold on. Damn, January the 5th, DC did play the 6336.
I'm waiting on the 1881.
They still should come because that number play straight and that number plays straight. They're gonna have to they're gonna have to play this number, but they probably gonna play it. Damn. That means you have to play it 4 ways. We have to play 1188, 8811, and 3366 or 6633. And the
I
only
like
reason why I
it for
say that,
tomorrow on the date song.
yeah, the only reason why I say that is because 3433 hit straight and 9833 hit straight. So if they hit straight just the way we see them, 9 times out of 10 they're not gonna give us the 1188 straight.
So it's going to come my way, which is 1881.
It could, but at the same day they could play the 6633 or 3366 just to make it seem like they're throwing somebody off, but they're not throwing nobody off. We know what they do. We might not always hit the number, but we can see what they're doing. But yeah, definitely 1188. That's probably a good damn target. 8811, like you said, could come 1818 or 8181. I mean, it could play twice in the same day. It could hit one state and then it could play a different way in another. But yeah, so that's a lot of the things that I look for, when I'm looking at. I don't always, like I said, we all know Diana brought that the other way to the forefront. When I originally started the group, I made videos about numbers hitting side by side for the same state, which doesn't happen as often. I mean, it happens, but it doesn't happen as often as a way like Diana brought to the forefront, where one of these numbers might hit, and then they may play 7588, and then they'll play, the number beside it, and then they'll come with that number right beside the actual target beginning, whatever started it off. But normally the way I would go about, seeing numbers side by side, I would check for the same state. And normally, like, say like 1449 or 47. I think somebody played the 4702 today.
New York.
4702, 1449, say it may hit the same state, and then a few days later they'll drop to 8857. That was the original way I originally told the group, but it doesn't happen as often when you have so many states involved. Like, South Carolina can get this, North Carolina can get this, Georgia can get this, and Florida can get that. We still had a blueprint. We still can see these numbers and how they're connected, but we can't always control when and where and what state they're gonna drop them in. I think it was some lady in one of those I think the bet in the group, not in my group, but there's start asking questions like, what does the other numbers mean in the rundown? I don't be trying to be mean, but I really ain't had time to be trying to answer questions for somebody that ain't even in the group. That it'll take me like, the length of time that it's taking you guys to learn what you learned. There's no way I'm gonna be able to explain, everything about the rundown just from a reply on a post. So I was just like thinking to myself, like, I don't want to, seem rude, but I really ain't. It's too much to explain in a comment or a post. So I just try to keep it moving without being rude. So just don't say nothing at all if you ain't got nothing good to say. So I just be quiet and keep it moving. But anybody else got another question?
So if
Something
I ever
else?
get ignored, that means I asked the wrong question.
No, I wouldn't say that. But
Yeah.
you in my group, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody I ain't never ever conversed with before. So, I don't even know if it's a real person. I have to check those profile pictures. Like, it might not even be nobody worth sharing information with. So, but yeah, anybody else got a question?
I do. I caught myself trying to mimic what you did in the December live, December 1st live with the 0088. And when I pulled the rundown, a lot of the numbers have hit. The only one that hasn't hit was the 8288. But I'm not sure if I'm on the right track.
8288. Oh, okay. Well, hold on, didn't that know? No, that was 7732. I think we're still looking for that. For instance, the most recent post that I remember making about this particular rundown could have been from the 2333 hit. But Florida caught my eye last year when they dropped that 4133. If everybody remember, New York just played it back. They played it straight. But originally looking at that rundown, no, this is what it was. Let me go. It's the 41. And that's why I think, let's see, I know North Carolina this is where I got 1800. North Carolina had played this number. I think the 8288 didn't play, but it was the mirror, the 3733 hit. 3733 hit, the 1541 hit North Carolina, and the 4133 hit Florida straight. So that's what had me hung up on. This is what had me hung up on the 1800, because those numbers play straight. That one. This one mirrored. It didn't play straight. So I was looking for, in North Carolina, I was looking for 6355 or 1800. North Carolina played that 6355, but they played it in a different order. I don't even think I played that night when it came out, but it played like 53, 56. But this is one of the reasons why I was looking for the 1800. I think the last time this number this rundown came into play, I was looking for the 2888 or 7333 straight. when I go back, I'm gonna go back and look at that post from the 41. Close that out. 4133, because I know that's my address to my house, so I know that was the number that caught my eye. 3314. I hit a box once before, but it's been years ago. North Carolina ain't played that number in like, I think it's been almost a year and a half, going on 2 years, that pick four. Okay, post. What do you think? I think this is that 2-day post I had made looking for that. No, it wasn't go time. That's what December 30th. I made the post about 4133 and 2333 being go times because of that number though. 8999 had hit somewhere. I think that was Michigan. Somebody played 8517. So it left it open for 4133 and the 2333 to play. I think that number hit it first, and then the 4133 just came and hit New York. But originally, Florida had my eyes on this whole rundown right here, and it's kind of why I made the comment, the post today about Florida watching for the 1222, the 6777, or possibly one of those mirrors that you just asked about, the 2888 or 7333 is a good possibility that Florida gets. I don't know how long it's going to take them to play them, but one of those numbers. I don't know if I answered your question about the 0088, but
you did.
Okay, I did. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. But yeah, I think that's when that one really started coming into play. Whenever Florida, I don't remember the month, September or October, something. Florida played that 4133 straight, and around that time, that's when I noticed. I think the 7333 was hot, and so yeah, 2888 7333 is I think it's due. I don't remember the last time we played. I'm gonna go back real quick. 33. Anybody else have another question while I look this up?
I do. This is Jacqueline. So on the red one, I think it's like the 1,000 grand or something like that, the red files. So when you're looking for trips and you put those in to the right, it says something about look for the 7 on it. Can you explain like exactly what you're looking for with that note beside it?
Okay, so go back to the 100 grand. This is 100 grand. Let me close this out. Okay, you said on the red files, on the trip section here?
Yeah, so to the right, it says there's something about the 7th draw. I don't have it pulled up, but I can't.
Okay. All of that writing right there, that's compliments to Glenn when he made the file for me. It was pretty much his studies of actually using the file before he actually, when he was completing the files, he actually came up. I can't remember our exact conversation about that, but to be honest with you, I never looked at all. Well, I don't look at it as much. I know when I first got the file from him, I read it, then I didn't pay much attention to it after that because I always look at them different than most people anyway. Mirror one of the doubles, use the number on the 7 draw after the trip, and make triads. See, I don't make triads, so that's why I know it's something Glenn had, because he does. I think he was doing pairs and triads at the time. He pretty good at it, but yeah, I don't do pairs or triads. Some of you guys might have seen me post a pair, or some XX or double zeros might be due, but yeah, I don't know. Throughout my history of running a lottery group, I ain't really been the one to type or post triads or pairs, which I know they work. And I'm not saying it's nothing bad to do. I just don't. I want to know the meaning to the number. You know, I want to know what comes from that number as a whole number, not just the digits or pairs. So that's why I never got into that. So I hope that didn't confuse anybody in a way to where you couldn't really understand. But some people that does tries and pairs might understand that. So I don't know. I hope that answered your question. Yeah, I don't really get into the tries and pairs, but that's something Glenn, he I think he did it mainly to help him. You know what I mean? Because he was using it and he does tries and pairs. Anybody else got a question?
Well, I just want, did you say whether or not the colors on the numbers meant anything?
On this file here, or
just like on the other one, the single?
From the rundowns we were just looking at on the green sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. All right. While I'm on this one, let me just go ahead and speak on what these mean. Because this is just what you're looking at right here, and I think I spoke on that a little bit in that in my first Zoom. That's why I was sharing it so everybody can kind of get an understanding of what the files look like, what they mean, what the section is, where the numbers go, and all that stuff. But when just like here in this in the triples, we have I'm gonna just type in 5551. So when I type in 551, what I'm looking at here in white, what I'm looking at here are the followers to 5551. Now on the top row, those numbers are being produced by 4440 or 9995. So we know 9995 hit, right? And we also know that I think someone just mentioned that the 109, the 5674, what's that? 5674 is 0129. That number hit, and the 9995 hit. So we know that they're targeting somehow the 5551 or 6000 should show soon. I don't know how soon, but it's definitely a possibility that number is going to show. But when you see the white in the files, that's the white numbers are followed to the main number. The numbers you see there and there are just the plus and minus to the actual number that you have feed in. So same thing with the quads. If you enter quad ones, you're gonna see the minus, which is the zeros. You're gonna see the plus, which is 2. The 2 show you 1098, which I made a post about the day after Ohio played 0977. And the rundowns and quad 2's rundown, 0977 is right beside 1098. Texas played 1098. Michigan played the 2s. Ohio played the 0977. So it leaves the 1s to show. Quad 1s and quad 6s should be up next. They may take 2 weeks. It could take a month. The 0s and 5s could show around the same time. They may play 0s and then come back with 6 the next day, or they may play 1s, then come back with the 5s. But they're in line to play just because of what the post earlier. 9922, talking about that, 229. You can type them in different ways, but you're not going to get the correct input unless you do it the way it says in the box, underneath the box. So you want to put the doubles first if it says doubles first or doubles together here. On the double section, you want to put the doubles in the back if it says doubles last. So same thing with the trips first. You always want to put the trips first, because if I put 1555 how it came, or if it did come that way, then it's not going to give me all the outputs I need. It's only showing me here just 4 different numbers, 1, 2, and there's 3 and 4. These are all duplicated. So you want to make sure you enter it in first the correct way. And if for some reason you want to see it the way it came, then you can enter it another way. But you want to make sure you're not shorting yourself by not seeing all of the followers. So that's for the trips. The doubles, the same thing here. 1944 is how it shows the followers going to be in white. But this top 2 sections of the followers are being produced by 2055. Somebody played the number not too long. 2055 produces these numbers here to be followers to the 1944. Same thing up at the top, 7136 is producing these numbers to be followers to the 6025. You can enter any number up here. You can enter the triples up there. You can enter the quads up there or whatever, but it's used for the singles. And when you put a different number up there that's a double or something, you're just gonna see duplicate. But it's not gonna hurt you to put the wrong number in there. It's all depending on what you want to see and how you want to see numbers connected to it, what have you. But just like I think at one point in time last year, I was Tennessee draw happened in the morning time. Let me look to see what they played this morning. I think there was some videos on that also. But Tennessee, what I usually do, I would take their morning draw, Tennessee 7925. If it hits in the morning draw, I'll come to the 100 grand sheet. I typed it in 7295. I think that's how I just said it. Let's see. Yeah, 7925. 7925. 7925. Enter. So when I see that number hit in the first draw in the morning, I always check the numbers on the corners. Because if you go to the rundowns, 9 times out of 10, one of these numbers on the corner is going to be off of that rundown. 8036 is going to show these numbers next. So seeing that first hit in the morning, I usually target the first 2 corners here and here. Now, it doesn't always work, but 5679 or 0124 is a follower. I think I'll have to look back at the did that 5769 here today? No, it was that we just talked about it. Somebody mentioned it earlier. I can't remember if it hit today recently. And it could have been something that Tennessee played themselves.
Go back up.
Go back up at the top.
No, not with Tennessee. I think I thought you passed it.
I thought I saw it too, but it could have been. Yes, that's the 1756.
Go up. Up some more.
5297. Oh yeah, it did hit 6759. So y'all see what I'm saying? This was the first number to hit the board in Tennessee this morning. And it still produced a hit from the followers just by knowing position to look for into the 100 grand. Now, you may not make a lot of money if that number don't hit straight, but that's your only target for the day. And you're just trying to play at a minimum, and you still make a profit by knowing what numbers to look for from the rundown. And I'm gonna try to pull that rundown up just to see if this will show why I say that and see if it makes sense to you guys. I think it was 8036. 8036. I'm gonna see where it shows it. It usually would be somewhere right there, but it's probably further down. Okay, 56. For some reason, they got it turned around. So 5679 is how it shows in the 100 grand, 5679. And I don't know how I figured it out that it would use that number. And then the rundowns, of course, you still see them in the rundown side, the 7925, but it's actually 6803 that would show the number. See, oh, that's why. You see here in that same rundown right there in the blue? This is the 6803 in reverse. And the 6803 in the straightaway shows the number 5679 as the follower. So when I look at the 100 grand, I don't know. I think I looked in the history and seen them doing it. And I just noticed that would be the number that they will most likely play off of. Sometimes it could be one of these other corners, but normally it's always, if that number, if you got it in typed in straight, for some reason it's normally that number right there that will follow up from it. And like you see, the same day that it hit in Tennessee, it fell in Massachusetts that evening, right here. And did that make any sense to anybody? Or can y'all kind of understand why I pointed that number out before I showed it was actually on the board?
I see it. I saw Diana looking down. I thought she was maybe taking some notes. That way she can, look and find us straight or something.
No, I ain't even paying attention.
Yeah, she probably playing PlayStation. But yes, 10:30. Anybody got any more questions? I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna get to do this again. Probably not tomorrow night, but soon.
Did you say what the colors meant? I heard the white was supposed to.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even get to that. Talking about the colors here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you see these colors, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what they meant or why Glenn put them in there like that when he first did it, but then I started recognizing the indicators. So I'm like, okay, you got the red highlighted with the zero. The zero is highlighted in red. So that tells me every color indicator with red is going to begin with the zero. So as I go through the rundowns, all the ones I see red, they all begin with zero. Same thing with 3. I don't know why this in the middle. I guess how he had to make the program, it didn't recognize every single thing that should be orange. Like that middle should have been orange, but because it led with a 3, some reason that was still lit up blue. But looking at the entire rundown, if you see it as I scroll, it's nothing, no indicator, not inside the middle. There's no indicator that's blue beside those 2 numbers there. So the next one, you'll see the 8. You'll see the 830, the 8603. Everything yellow is colored with everything yellow is leading with the 8. So that was his way of actually getting the color indicators to show. And that's the reason why you see these colored numbers on the side. So like 6 anything white should be leading with the 6. So it's really, to me, the color just lets me know that I'm close to a direct link somewhere. I'm close to a link, but it's no other than like how I just explained it, with the 0 being red or the 8 being yellow. That's the only way you actually know which digit is leading in that color. For that color, like the colors red for 0 is going to show. If you see the red indicated throughout the rundowns, it should lead with the 0. That's really my best way to explain that. But like I just pointed out, we see 3 blue and they have these 2 highlighted blue, which really shouldn't be. It should all be orange all the way across there, because you have other numbers here that leads with 3 also. But it's not. You notice these numbers, the other numbers that are orange that do lead with 3, it's not the same number. It's the mirror to it. So I guess because these are the same number, is why they end up getting highlighted blue. I hope that answered it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, anybody else got another question? Anybody?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, she paying attention now.
Yeah, I'm about to. All
Nah,
right, so
she doing work. She getting straight hits in order. She didn't got a lot of straight hits lined up.
I know, right? So what happened? 6339 hit somewhere today, maybe Arkansas, I think. I'm not sure. Somebody hesitated. No, I ain't call that sure. They call Wisconsin. 6396.
Oh, okay. It was a mate. Okay.
6339 hit, right? So, looking through the rundown, I see 0773. All right. moving on down the row, somebody had, what is it? 7181. So when you go to the 7181 rundown, you see the same 0773 that you just saw in the 6339 rundown. Wouldn't that be like a good indication? Oh, you know, I need to pay attention to this number because I just saw this number straight in this, and you know, in the same way in two different rundowns. So, you know, I saw the 0773 straight twice. So I went and did my little research or whatever. If I'm on the 7181 rundown, across from the 0773 is the 0414 that has not hit straight, but I checked the mirror, which is something I never do. And I noticed that the, I don't check my damn mirrors. The 9695 actually fell backwards straight. So that 0773 or 5228 is ready, straight forward or backwards. That's some free information for y'all because the 3036 hit straight back on December 15th. So the only thing left to complete that set, 3036 hit December. I'm on the 7181 rundown.
Okay. 718.
Yeah, and you'll see the 0773 because if you go to the 6339 rundown, the 0773 is straight in that rundown as well. And it just sent up like a red flag, like, damn, I just saw this number straight in the 6339. So let me check to see if this 0773 is ready or the mirror 5228. So upon researching, the 0414 has not hit straight yet, but I unfortunately checked the mirror and the mirror hit straight backwards.
5969.
Yeah, that hit
Okay.
somewhere. So 0773 could possibly hit straight forward or backwards or the mirror.
Damn, I thought that number played. It didn't play straight.
It played like 4 times, but it ain't played straight yet. I mean, it didn't play that way yet. I don't know. It could come back. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, it could definitely. If you
It
look
came
right above,
Monday, it came last Wednesday 2 times, and then it came December 13th.
right, and the number above it, which is 4094 mirror, isn't that what South Carolina played?
Yeah.
4094. That was exact order too, right? Okay. So
4904, maybe backwards.
oh, 4904. Okay. Oh, so backwards. So that means 2546 probably already hit straight to it.
2546. Let me see.
Yeah.
2546. Not straight yet.
Oh, okay. That's well, dang.
It done fall 9 times within the past month.
All right, so let me ask you this: to from what you just pointed out, hasn't somebody played 0700 or 5255? Are we still
Delaware
missing the
played
7?
0770.
They did?
Delaware played it the other day.
Okay, so like I was saying a while ago, when I see 5778 mirrors, I always think 2000. So if you look right here, of course, they're not the same sum, but they're acting in this rundown. You still see the connection between 7118, 7181, 0773, 0700, still going to be pushed by the number she just mentioned that hit the mirror hit straight back. So being that number just hit Delaware, I would definitely think it's go time for that. It'll come 3770, like she said, 8225, 522. But that's really, 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 really a strong indication that that number's coming.
So y'all don't miss it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody will. But we'll remind you. That's what we.
I don't need y'all to be talking about me. I don't need y'all to talk about me.
All right. Anybody else got a question? Y'all understand what she just pointed out, right?
She was talking too fast. I'm slow.
Well, you could always go back and rewatch it. But
in
pretty
slow motion.
much, she found, what was the other number? The 7181 showed
6339.
6339 showed.
That was the first at the top of the page. So, and then I saw the 0773, and you know, when I went on, you know, down the state board, I got to the 7181.
Gotcha. So y'all see right here, 6339 here, Arkansas. And in that +1 rundown, it shows the 0773. Now, I don't know if 0155 hit or 4539. I think that was the number we talked about New York had played. But I don't know about the 0155. But this right here brought her to the 0773 plus 7181 played.
And then I noticed 0773 was in there straight again. I was like, what?
So seeing that and knowing that this number played, but the mirror, not that number. I think didn't you say 36?
Yeah, 36 hit straight December 15th.
December 15th. So we got 4 more days before the 15th. What state played 30-36?
Oh boy, Roy. She's Louise.
I'm just saying that might be a target.
Pennsylvania.
7-3.
Pennsylvania.
Damn, why you had to say Pennsylvania?
How you mean?
I mean, they just played the mirror. All they did was change the front number and the back number.
For real?
Yeah, they play 5, 7, 7, 8. But it still doesn't mean they can't come back within the next 4 days
goddamn
and play that mirror again. They could still come back with the 7, 7. And I only brought it up because I wanted to find out what state plays 30-36. Now, I definitely would watch PA for it, but like just studying the game, I wouldn't be surprised if PA kick it to New York or New Jersey, a neighbor state. 9 times out of 10, that happens that way. So I would keep my eye on PA for that number, but at the same time, I would watch New York and New Jersey. South Carolina played the mirror to that 30-36. They played 8-1, 8-5 or 8-1, 8, something like that. But yeah, definitely. I would look into PA for that number. Could hit South Carolina because of that 95-49 right above it. But if not, New Jersey, New York, they could be primed too, just because of PA being a close neighbor state. Anybody else got a question?
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Yep.
No, they ain't got no questions, Roy.
Yes, about 10:30, going on 11. I know everybody's in the middle of the work week, so if no more questions, I guess we just get off and say goodnight. And I'll set up something I'll put some things in play tomorrow to try to do another Zoom, but in a different matter of us actually. I mean, we touched bases by showing, numbers that actually hitting the board and numbers actually following or coming after them, day or two later or a week later. But I think I'll try to do more. Didn't we? Hold on. We played 1966.
Yeah, 1966. I was just looking at that for North Carolina.
Yeah, that's why I made that post about that 4-1-1-1. I think Kim in North Carolina had that 4-1-1-1 quick pick.
Yeah, she did.
I'm not sure if we're gonna come back with that number, but it could
and
be
we played 2000 like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, the third Friday.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely still a good play to watch out for those trips, because just thinking about the mates and mirrors book, a lot of times when they start like that, they gonna finish up with another mirror. Like we played the 99-19 first, I think, was sometime in December, might have been late November, I'm not sure. But if we played at 99-19, just like today, 1966 play, which is a mate. So North Carolina probably gonna run a mate or a mirror pretty soon from that same set. Only one I can't think that they touched recently was like the 41-41 mirrors, 91-91. I think we played 41-41. I'm not sure. I have to look back and see how far out that was. But when I look at a state just like North Carolina, we played the 1966 and we played the 99-19. it only leads me to think that 91 mirrors probably would be next. It could be 1946 for all I know, just that one single that's in that whole entire mirror mix is one single. And we might already played the 1964. I'm not sure when it was, but and there's that 9279 again. I can't remember what we pointed out in the chat from that number, but 9729 is a pretty good straight play. It could come backwards 9729 or 9279. But definitely, I'm gonna keep you out on loop. Anytime I see something, I'm gonna post it in the chat in the group wall. I hope this was something helpful to somebody. It may not have helped everybody, but definitely I'll do more of this throughout the year. I don't know about the one-on-one stuff. I might, I'm not sure, but I don't mind doing the group Zooms because I'd rather for people to be up on things at the same time or learning at the same time, or they can go back and ask another member versus having to ask me or ask Diane or whoever. But that's it. If anybody got anything else before I get off, because I've been on vacation, I just got to go back to work tomorrow. But oh well.
Must be nice.
Not that I've been enjoying vacation. I just been on vacation. If that's
So all hearts are clear.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Let's do the benediction.
Everybody have a good night and stay focused, man. That's all. I say that all the time. So definitely, if I'm gonna go to the store and play some numbers, I'm trying to stay focused when I walk in there and write my numbers on the ticket. So I ain't trying to get. And it always happens. You're gonna get sidetracked somehow. Your phone might ring, and then you forget what you're gonna write down. Or didn't get to play all your numbers. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got tonight. Unless somebody else got some more questions, we'll intervene at a different time. Hopefully by the weekend I'll get something going. I'll get something going probably I might do another Zoom Thursday night or Friday evening sometime to get ready for the weekend. All right, you guys, I'm gonna end it at this point and you guys have a good night.
Good night. Thank you.
All right, bye.